All right, hi everyone. So today I am going to go through how we are going to use our 4 paragraph essay outline. You will be seeing this throughout the year. So I wanted to give you all a step-by-step procedure on how we are going to complete this. All right, so our prompt says you have read the first 6 scenes in Dark They Were and Golden Eye by Ray Bradbury. We've actually read 8, so we can forget the part that says 6. In this section, the Bittering family has recently moved from Mars to Earth. Write an essay analyzing how Harry Bittering's interaction with the Martian setting impacts his personality. Again, we're thinking about how does Harry Bittering's interaction with the Martian setting impacts his personality. Yours is going to be on Harry, but for an example, I am going to show you Mrs. Bittering. That way I'm not giving you answers on how you are going to complete your own essay. Again, your essay is about Harry, but I am going to do mine on Cora, Mrs. Bittering. So, first things first, I need to have a thesis statement, and my thesis statement is copied directly from the prompt. So it says, up here, Harry Bittering's interaction with the Martian setting impacts his personality. Again, I'm doing Mrs. Bittering, so I'll start with Mrs. Bittering's interaction with the Martian setting in Dark They Were and Golden Eyed impacts her personality by causing her to become naive and make unwise choices. So as you can see, my connecting word I used was by. You could have used because, but I used by. And then the interpretation, I'm telling you how she changed. So again, I'm talking about how this setting impacts her personality, and I'm saying it caused her to become naive and make unwise choices. Those of you who may not know what the word naive means, if I look up synonyms here, it will tell you that naive means gullible or foolish or unsophisticated. So I'm going to think that naive means foolish or gullible. Now, I have my thesis statement on my paper. I was able to tell you exactly how she changed from the setting. Now, my body paragraph number 1 needs to start with the topic sentence. I said she was unwise when she did not notice that the vegetables were changing. Again, I said she made unwise choices appear, so I'm just going to talk about how she's unwise, okay? So, again, if I talked about how she's naive and unwise, both of my body paragraphs need to describe how she's naive and unwise. They all need to fit together. If you do not have a strong thesis, it's going to be very hard for you to have strong body paragraphs, okay? So again, I said that Mrs. Bittering interaction with the Martian setting is the place, changed, or it caused her to change and become naive and make unwise choices. So she was unwise when she did not notice the vegetables were changing. That's my topic sentence. My supporting details need to be direct evidence from the text with line number and quotations. So I said, for example, in scene 4, lines 110 through 11, Harry says, "There's only one thing to do. We've got to burn the food." Cora doesn't seem to think things through when she responds, "But it's good. It's not poisoned." Then I need to come here and I need to close my quotations. Then I move on. Again, those of you that are wondering, how do I find my direct text evidence? Well, you will do it this way. You will pull up Dark They Were and Golden Eyed, and you will scroll through and you will find your text evidence here. And all you're going to do is copy and paste from your screen, from right here, into the handout. Okay, so back to our outline. So again, she made unwise choices when she didn't know that the vegetables were changing. She said, "But it's good, it's not poison." Now I need to make a connection between my answer and this text evidence. Meaning I just basically need to talk about what is the outcome of her not realizing that the food was poison. Why is this important for us to know that she didn't notice the vegetables were changing? Why is it important for us to understand how this is unwise? Well, I said Cora's refusal to think critically causes Harry to lose faith in her decision-making and clouds her judgment about the dangers the Martian environment will soon create for her family. So that's why it's important for us to know that her not noticing the food is poisoned and the vegetables are changing, because we need to know that this could cause danger for her family, okay? And then if I look at the comments on my screen, Ms. Nelson gave me a comment that says, this ties everything together and shows us why her unwise decisions are not good for the Bittering family. That's what your analysis should be. Now, going into body paragraph 2. Again, in my thesis statement, I talked about how she is naive and how she makes unwise choices. So my topic sentence needs to either talk about how she's naive or how she makes unwise choices. I already talked about how she made unwise choices, so now it's time to talk about how she is naive. Okay, so here it says, topic sentence, Mrs. Bittering's naivete is at its peak when she doesn't notice the changes in her own appearance and the appearance of her children. So basically I'm saying that she is most naive when she doesn't notice that her children are changing. Like, what mama doesn't notice that her children are changing? What mama doesn't notice that she's changing, right? So it's saying that she is super naive when she doesn't notice that her children are changing and she's changing. And so then again, I have my direct text evidence. For example, in scene 8, Harry questions her about the color of her eyes turning to yellow. She tells him that they have always been that way. When he questions about the color of the children's eyes, she says, sometimes growing children's eyes change colors. Again, I have quotes around everything she says, okay? So if I am using her words, they need to be in quotes. If I'm using my own words, they don't have to be in quotes. So where I said Harry questions her about the color of her eyes turning to yellow, he didn't say that. So I cannot have that in quotes. But she said always. So I have to put that in quotes. Again, my analysis needs to make a connection between my answer and the evidence. And so in order to tell you why it's important for us to know that she's naive and not knowing the changes of her color, her eye color, or her kids, I said instead of being aware of the changes and helping Harry to build the rocket to go back to Earth, Cora's actions have put herself, her children, and her husband's life in danger. So that's why we need to know that she's naive. That's why we need to know the importance of her being naive. That brings everything together. This basically tells me that this woman has lost her mind, right? So now we're going into the conclusion. It's the so what? It's like, what is the need to know about all of this? Why did you write this? Why was this important for me, Ms. Nelson, to read about, right? And so I said, in conclusion, this is the restatement of my thesis. Cora's character becomes increasingly naive to the looming threat of the Martian environment, which results in the unfortunate doom of her family. The consistency of her character's actions causes the reader to question whether the outcome could have been prevented should she have made wiser decisions. While we may never know the answer to this, we are left in suspense as we watch Mrs. Bittering's Martian experience. So basically here I'm saying, okay, she continuously is naive, she continuously makes unwise decisions, but the reader is left in suspense to wonder, is she ever going to get her act together? And we're also left wondering, if she had have chosen to make wiser decisions, would they have been back on Earth and safe, or would they still be in danger? It just makes you wonder as a reader, and that's what suspense is. So now I have broken down how I have completed this essay outline. This essay outline will be used for the remainder of you being in this class because it's going to help you with your essays. You have essays that are graded and they are for a grade. So this will be the first one, but you will also have a second one that you will start on this week, okay? So we want to make sure that we are getting this submitted and we are getting this turned in and we are trying our absolute best. If you need any attention or help outside of watching this video, after you have watched this video and you have done what this video says, if you need me to look over it, I am definitely here to assist. All right, have a great rest of your day.